Hey, it's Matthew from That's Matthew, and you're watching Disney Channel. I've always wanted to do that. There you go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of That's Matthew. Today, I'm so excited to be here with a super exciting guest.
Hi, I'm Bethy. I'm so excited to be here again. It's super fun.
Yes, we are having a blast. Luck of the Irish, quite the departure from our last film that we talked about together.
Literally polar opposites. Yeah.
We are talking about St. Patrick's Day and Irish people in November, but I think it's a great, random throw in because this is the last episode that I'm doing before my, 2-month hiatus. So exciting. We love that. Taking breaks are so important. Mental health. We love it. But this movie, I think, was the perfect film to, end it out because I'm going to be honest, I had not seen this movie. Ever.
I had definitely seen, maybe 20 seconds of it as I was, flipping channels when I was 8 years old. So yeah. Yeah.
It was so good, though. I was genuinely surprised, how much I actually liked it.
Great. Definitely a difference of opinion there, but...
You didn't like it?
There's a lot of stuff happening that I feel like we could have just not made this movie.
Guys, I feel like this is going to be so fun. I can just feel it because I genuinely enjoyed myself while watching this. To be fair, it was 5 a.m, so maybe I was just out of it.
Maybe I was just mad because I have literally 4 hours of homework to do later.
Yeah, that's why I did mine during the week.
Doing that. So
yeah, I actually enjoyed it. So we'll definitely have to talk about that a little bit later. But yeah. For anyone who has not seen Luck of the Irish, it is a Disney Channel classic that came out on March 9th, 2001, right just in time for St. Patrick's Day, starring Ryan Merriman. And it is very interesting. It's basically about this guy named Kyle who is a huge athlete, and then he finds out he's a leprechaun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's literally it. But I thought it was interesting. There's definitely a difference there. I don't think it was poorly written.
You don't?
I thought the plot was okay. I think the dialogue was kind of rough though.
Yes, yeah. But the way that the plot was conveyed was not great.
Yeah. I thought it was okay in the first half, but then when they got to the weird chasey thing, that was when it kind of lost me.
I hated that so much.
No, I liked the first half, oh, Heritage Day, what's my heritage? I don't know. Let's find out. It was kind of suspicious, but then when it got to the lucky leprechaun shit, I was what is going on?
Yeah. I feel it definitely started out and I was getting the vibes of oh, whatever, this is a cute little teen movie. It's the early 2000s. And then it was his parents were withholding all of his heritage from him, and I was okay, that's sketchy, but we'll get into it later, right? And then we got into it, and then we just went on this whole it seemed like a really long tangent about just trying to find his coin again and getting it back from the one guy, and I don't know, it just seemed, I'm gonna say this and it's gonna be really harsh, but it kind of felt like two 7-year-olds sat down with that idea and then they were just keeping adding the biggest surprise that they could on top of it, and it didn't translate that well into the film.
Yeah. So the lucky leprechaun thing, the evil leprechaun guy was so weird. It was so creepy. He would touch people and then they'd start randomly Irish dancing.
Yeah. Not good.
It was so okay, I don't know, maybe it wasn't the factor of it was actually good, but it was more entertaining.
Yes, yeah. I had a good time watching it.
Yeah,
well, for the most part.
It could have been better. It could have been better. Honestly, let's just start off with Kyle, like talking about him because I have some thoughts. So, one, why is he so like full of himself?
Yeah. He's like, guys, I'm a great basketball star. And like, I'm gonna talk to all these girls and like I'm doing great on this test. Like, calm down.
No, you're
You're
not.
still
All
yeah.
of it was because of a lucky coin, a lucky Irish heirloom thing. His whole life was a lie.
Yeah. His whole life only happened because of the cool little necklace he was wearing. Like,
And that fact that his mom's a leprechaun.
yeah.
You can't forget that. You can't forget that part. Like when all of
Yeah.
a sudden she was like the size of like an ant, and he's like, "Are you a leprechaun?" And then she's like, "Yee, laddie." Like it was so weird. Then they all like had really bad Irish accents for the rest of the film.
Yeah. And the way he would like say something like with an Irish accent and then like immediately correct it. Like I feel like if you're diverting into like just an Irish like tone of voice, then like you wouldn't be able to control it later.
Yeah.
You know?
It was quite the film. Actually, like looking back at it, like it was entertaining, but it like actually made no sense.
Yeah.
Kyle? First off, the name Kyle.
Yeah.
No hate to the Kyles out there, but I can't.
Mm-mm. It I
And
feel like also like didn't fit him as a person
yeah,
necessarily.
he was more of like a Brock
Yeah. Yeah.
because
I
it
can see
rhymes
that.
with jock. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, because like what was going on, like because at first he's like, I don't care about my heritage, and then all of a sudden it's like, I am so excited about my heritage. Let me find out why. Like my parents are lying to me. Also, their parenting. mm,
Why are you lying to your children?
Yeah, I feel like there's like a fine line between like what their parenting they think is good and what is actually good parenting.
Yeah. I I understand why they were doing it. I just feel like the execution of not telling him was just bad.
It was so weird. It was like, oh yeah, so we're from Cleveland. And then 2 seconds later, his mom is like the size of a leprechaun and is speaking in a weird Irish accent and making weird meals of weird meats.
They like showed it on the screen and like I'm a vegetarian and I was just like, no, no, thank you. I did not need to see this right now.
I'm like a half vegetarian where like I don't eat meat that often, like very rarely, but I was still grossed out. I was like, no,
No,
no, it's
it
so weird. It was so weird. And then they were
yeah,
like throwing cabbage at the in like the fight scene, they threw cabbage at the car to like stop them.
why?
Why? Cabbage, like I'm not even gonna lie, cabbage like kind of grosses me out. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the taste, the smell. It might be the smell. I'm just not a cabbage person. And so then the cabbage was like all over the screen, and I'm like, what? Like I'm gonna throw up.
That whole sequence was just bad vibes.
Bad vibes. Let's talk about the like grandpa guy who has this really weird beard that came out of absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, like he was like, "Oh, well, it's gonna take me like some more time to get into a full leprechaun again." But like literally 2 seconds after he said that, he just had like this whole ass beard. Like, why?
Yeah, and he's like, am I gonna grow a beard like that? No, Kyle, shut up.
You're 15.
I didn't even know how old he was, but he was annoying me. Like so
Yeah,
annoying me.
they kept saying that like all of this took place in middle school. They're middle schoolers?
Child, anyways, so like I feel like I look like so much older than Kyle does, and I feel like I look like a prepubescent boy.
Yeah.
Like it's so funny
Like,
because
yeah. I also feel like Bonnie looked so much older than like the two guys.
she did. Like she was an icon. Just gonna
Yeah.
say it.
Yep.
Icon.
So simply wonderful.
Why did everyone hate on her? They're like, she's always in charge of everything.
Yeah, good for her.
Good
Like,
for
I think
you. I feel like every time I hear like good for her, like that's all I think of is Olivia Rodrigo. I'm an Olivia Rodrigo stan, so
mm-hmm.
um
You know, they kept being like, oh, she's in charge of everything. She's so annoying. Like, calm down. You can be in charge of things if you want.
yeah, if you actually try it live. Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
hot take. Honestly, let's talk about her because Queen.
Yeah.
Okay, I did like kind of like get weird vibes from her at the beginning, but then I like she probably was my favorite character.
Yeah, probably. Like, he like walked into school on the first day and then he like passed her and I was like, oh my God, who is this? She needs to be like more of a character. Yeah. And then she was later. And like, all of it was like stress from her parents and she was like going out doing all this stuff and like she was so nice. Like,
Why was she like why okay, I'm gonna be honest, I did not finish the movie. But did they end up like kissing?
I don't think so.
Okay, because there was this really weird part where I thought that Kaya was gonna kiss her, and I was like,
Yeah.
what is going on? What? Slow your roll, mister. Because
Again, junior high.
junior high, and he's like looking at her, like he's like looking at her lips, and then he like looks at the camera, looks at her, looks at her lips, and I'm like, whoa. Well, there, bud.
This did not need to be included.
No, because I like was worried that they were gonna like have a love interest at the end, but I'm glad that they did not.
Yeah. Do you like what point did you get to?
There was like 5 minutes left, and I thought I had to go to church to sing. I misread the schedule, so I did not have to go. And then I went to my grandma's house because she was like, "How was your first 3 days at work?" She's so cute. She's so happy for me though. She like literally
That's
cried. She like cried because she was so excited for me. I was like,
good for her. Yeah.
yeah.
Wait, so like in like the basketball game or like
Yeah, it was like the final basketball kind of thing.
do you want me to tell you what happened?
Sure, dare I ask?
Okay, so um Kyle and his team like get more points than Seamus's team. And like Seamus gets so mad and he turns into like this little angry leprechaun man. And then Kyle is like talking to him after and he's like, "Oh, well, I need to take all the luck back." And he's like, "Yeah, I won." So Seamus like shrinks down into this little leprechaun, like literally like smaller than his mom was before. And then like at when they were making like the deal, Kyle was like, "Oh, well, you'll be destined to swim in the shores of Erie forever." And then Seamus was like, "Pronounce it like Ireland." And then Kyle was like, "Oh, no, my dad's from Cleveland, so he has to like go live in the Erie, Lake Erie."
What the?
Yeah. And then
And then there's more?
Yeah, the final scene of the movie is Kyle at like the Heritage Day thing, like talent show, and he's Irish dancing. And then all of a sudden, like the Irish music stops, and he just goes, "This land is your land," and everyone starts joining in.
No.
And the final scene of the movie is like Bonnie coming out and hugging him, and like everyone is just singing "This land is your land," but like completely off time with each other.
You're done. You're done.
Maybe this is why you liked it a lot more than I did.
Yeah, I must have missed. I definitely missed that part. Oops. That I don't even know if I want to like before I go to work, just like look at that scene. Just be like,
it's hilarious, but it's terrible.
why are they singing like the national anthem? That's not the national anthem. Disregard that. That song. Why are they singing it?
But in the background of Bonnie and Kyle, there's just like this huge American flag waving.
No.
Yeah.
Stop. They're done. They're done. Okay.
Mm-mm.
So from there, um, I don't even know where to go from there. Okay, can we talk about the dad? Because
Yeah.
I literally thought so like the guy that was at the fair with them that was like top of the morning to you or whatever. I thought that
I
was the dad.
Why did they include that guy and then do nothing else with him for the entire movie?
I thought he was the villain.
Yeah, same. They
Top of
kept
the
being like,
morning to
oh,
you.
like the Seamus guy stole my thing. And like I didn't realize that Seamus was like the little dancing guy. I thought it was like that guy. And I was like, oh yeah, because he like put the thing around Kyle's neck and he like must have nabbed the
Yeah.
coin. And then like, just not included at all. Why was this there?
Top of the morning to you. No, the
Yeah.
dad. I literally thought that's what the. I thought that was the dad. I thought it was the dad. And the
Yeah, they
dad
look.
changing his name.
Yeah, that was sketch. Like they explained it later on. Because they were like, oh, we had to like hide from your father or whatever. But like, yeah, it was weird.
Because why were they so like worried about like being found? Like they're
Yeah,
leprechauns. Embrace that.
like your grandfather lives like in the same town as you. He's gonna find out eventually. Like
No, because then she's like, was it the little short guy with like the little things on his shoes and like
with the snake on the sole of his boot.
oh, and then he was like, oh laddie or whatever. I was like, what the language in this movie? Not it.
Yeah, they wrote the script and they were like, this is what all the cool hip teens say nowadays.
No, because it sounds like my AP Psych teacher.
What does she say?
He is something else. He like tries to be hip with the kids. If you're listening to this, Mr. You know your name, I am so sorry. I hope you're not. He's like one of those people that just really like wants to like get involved and like with the kids. I mean,
Yeah.
he's young, but it's just like there's a fine line. Will be a fine line. Harry Styles.
You go to the concert.
I did not. My sister really wanted to go. I'm not a huge Harry fan. Like I really appreciate his music, but like I'm not like a stan, you know?
Yeah.
I'm a Swiftie. Yeah, so I bought Taylor Swift merch. I don't know if I told the people on the podcast. I've been saying how I want to buy merch for so long, and I bought merch, the first red merch drop. And guess what? She released actually good merch after that. Isn't that BS?
Yeah.
I literally almost cried. Like I want to buy more, but I just started my job and I don't want to waste my money on more Taylor Swift merch, even though I'm like, why did I like, I should have waited. I should have known, but I was scared that was going to be the only merch because she hadn't dropped anything else for red at this point. And like, I wanted it to come for the like release. And then it's like, yeah, it'll be here in 5 weeks. And so that's like after the release. Like, isn't that so sad? Oh, they restocked everything to him on our website right now. That's so sad because I really like the Taylor's version, like black crew neck, because I could wear that for every era.
Yeah.
But it's $65.
I don't
want to. That's like half of what I've made in the past 2 days.
Yeah. And you've been like doing a lot in the past 2 days.
Yeah. And I make. So yeah, I don't know. We will see. Like maybe like once I see what I've made this weekend, maybe I will just treat myself because that and like the loving him was red crew neck. I really want it, but like $65 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I already bought something. Like I already bought a sweater for $65 and it's the ugliest. Okay, I love the front though, but like the back. Taylor Swift just like enlarged. It wouldn't be bad. I think it would have been better if it was like flipped or it's like Taylor Swift on the front, like her face, and then the logo on the back, like really big.
Like I feel like I don't know, having like her face on the back is like not great.
No, because I low-key might just have to I mean, obviously, I probably am going. It says ships in 12 weeks. Holy what?
Yeah.
Due to extreme demand. So yeah, that's my merch rant. But also, we have That's So Matthew merch, so you guys can go buy that on my website. That there's gonna be new products when I relaunch the pod into my general movie podcast in January after my break. So yeah,
As you should.
as I should, because breaks are important, and Matthew is very stressed.
Mhm. This is what I say to myself every time that I just like don't do my AP Bio homework.
You're in AP Bio.
Yeah.
Oh
A
my
low key
god,
like that's class that I'm taking right now, but like no.
crying for you. Like I hear the horror stories from
You
that
know,
class.
besties don't take 4 AP classes. Don't do
I'm
that.
taking 2 right now and then 3 next semester because I'm taking micro and I'm so stressed.
Yeah. Not good.
Yeah, so that's the tip of the day, guys. Just don't take ABs. It's not worth
Yeah.
it.
Fill your schedule with choir classes. That's what I do.
I took a study hall in case I got this job, and I did. And
Yeah.
I found out that I got the job in study hall. I thought that's so cool.
Oh my God. Coincidence.
Full circle moment. Okay.
Yeah.
Back on track because I feel like we're really off topic, but like what's new? The mom,
Don't
like
you
the only thing
like
I've
4 blocks a
what?
day? Don't you have 4 blocks a day?
Yes, only 4.
Oh, I have 8.
Praying.
Yeah.
For you.
We're doing a 4 block next year though.
Oh, good. I like that much better.
Yeah, it'll be a lot, but also like all of my graduation requirements will be messed up. So like I literally need 1 English credit and after that I'm done, but I'll have to be there for like 3 hours every day. So
Yeah, the thing about my school is we have to stay. Like even like if we don't have enough classes to fill our schedule, we still have to stay. And I'm going to take a study hall all year next year anyways because hopefully I'll be living the dream at you know where.
Yeah.
Doing what I'm doing right now. So hopefully, but yeah, so school is stressful. I hope everyone in the listening audience is having a good school year so far. Just think,
yes.
holiday break is almost here.
Yes. I'm
Kind of.
wishing all of luck or I don't know, good studying habits for your midterms and your end of semester exams. So
Luck of the Irish.
oh my God. So cute. Yeah.
So cute. Okay, the only thing I really want to say about the mom is why was her hair like that when she was a leprechaun? Like it was like just bouncing around at all times.
Honestly though, like good for her. Like it was clearly a wig, but that's goals. I want my hair to be as bouncy as that.
And her accent.
Yeah. Like I don't think like I don't think she grew up speaking Irish like that.
Yeah.
Like no matter if she's a leprechaun or not, like your mouth structures aren't going to change just because you don't have the coin anymore.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. Oh my God. I just got an email from my play director. What does this even mean?
Oh.
I'm also involved in a play on top of the podcast and my job. So, guys, I am stressed AF.
Oh my God, you're so right. I'm like the next 2 weeks, I'm just performing the one act that I'm in for like literally 14,000 times. So
yeah.
I'll send you the details.
Yes, please do. Hopefully I can make it and you won't get pissed if I don't.
I won't. It's literally like, we're putting on this performance. Please donate because we need money.
I would donate. Yeah. With my bank. All right. Back on track. So honestly, plot wise, if we just start from the beginning, Heritage Day, which sounds super fun. I wish my school had something like that because my school, I feel like we have so many like unique like backgrounds for my school because we have like exchange students and stuff, but like I know nothing about them. So I feel like Heritage Day is like a good idea, even though like Kyle's like, I don't think this is a good idea. This is so boring. I know nothing about my heritage. Oh, woe is me. What will I do? We're all Americans. America.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have Russell, who's his best friend, who we just literally did not talk about. But honestly, he added nothing to the story besides to like make Kyle's ego bigger.
Yeah.
So Like, he's like, you're the luckiest person I know. You're the luckiest person ever. You're the luckiest person in the entire world. Okay, Russell, lower the expectations.
Honestly, though, Russell was kind of an icon. Like, always
He
there for his
was.
best friend. And he wanted to do like science stuff. That's super cool. And he's like a basketball player and he's like good at it. Like, good for him.
He's like hyping him up too. Like, I like honestly, I need like a friend like that. I feel like he's a really good friend. Like, I have friends like that, but like to have a friend like that, he's just an icon. You're right.
Yeah, yeah.
I was here for it. Um, I love how the only way they define Kyle's luck is he finds money on the street.
Yeah.
And that he's a good basketball player, but we don't find out that his luck with basketball is until like halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
So he finds money. He's so lucky. And then he guesses the answers on his social studies test.
Mm-hmm.
And the teacher's like, what?
Like, how'd you do this?
The answers are right.
You're not allowed.
No, like what was the point of that scene?
Yeah. Like, I think it was like to introduce to us that like, oh, all the like lucky stuff in his life happens, but like, bestie, you didn't study for your social studies test at all.
I mean, at least be like me and like do like at least a 5-minute review.
Yeah.
Quizlet. Like, Quizlet is coming in clutch this year. I'm just gonna say it. Like AP Psych, Quizlets. So good. Yeah. So good, guys. That's like the only reason I have like a passing grade in that class.
Yeah.
Because I am stressed. I've said that so many times, but you know what? Who cares? Because I bet you all are stressed too. So then we can't forget about the Irish carnival that like this guy just comes and like touches them. And then it's like Irish dance.
That weird.
I'm just like thinking of like this scene and he just like stands up and then he like does his leg. Like, it's so weird. Like, Irish dance is so scary. They're literally in one of the shows at you know where they're doing Irish dance. And I watched the rehearsal and I was like, I don't understand how you're doing this. Like, what?
Like, it's so complicated.
No, and because
like, one of the people that I do has been doing like Irish dance forever. And one day she was like at rehearsal and she was just like, my shins hurt so much. And every time that I'm dancing, it just like makes it so much worse. And I'm like, that sounds terrible.
No, because dancing, I thought I was a good dancer. Then I got this job. Like, I'm watching the other people and I'm like, you're really good. And I'm also the youngest person there by like 6 years. So, yeah. Icon.
Good for you.
And so they have like this really weird thing like going on. They got the top of the morning to you guy. And then all of a sudden, like, it's over. It's really, really weird. And then all of a sudden he's no longer lucky. He gets milk spilled all over him. He loses his homework. He misses every basketball shot with a T.
The car passes by him on the street and like splashes him.
And he loses his money that he found on the street. He's so unlucky. Yeah. Darn water.
Luck is when money on the street. No luck is when no money on the street.
It was so bad. Like, what? And so then he like investigates his parents and his dad like changed his name and everything. And then the mom like won't tell him what's going on. And then all of a sudden, after he like loses his lucky coin, his mom is now a leprechaun.
Yeah. Like, she turned into a leprechaun in like maybe 2 days. And like what's his name? Kyle. His like progression to a leprechaun is like so much slower than that, which like really doesn't make sense.
No, because his hair. It
looked like bleach blonde tips. Like, you know.
That's what my wig's gonna look like for my costume in the show.
Oh my god.
gonna die. No, but like it was so weird. And then like she makes
His
weird
point is weird.
things like for food, and he like becomes a like leprechaun, but he's like, I don't know why this is happening. And he's like, oh my gosh, I lost my lucky coin. And then his mom's like, was it the guy with the snakes on the soles of his shoes? And then it's like, that's your grandfather. And then it's like, oh my gosh, he lives in town. How come I never knew this? I thought he was dead or something like that.
The
And
parents are gatekeeping so much information.
so much. And then, so the real family name is O'Reilly's, like auto parts. Like that's all I thought about like when I was watching this movie at like 5 a.m.
Yep.
O'Reilly auto parts. Yeah, so cool. Um
Yeah.
the family has like lost their luck and now they're reverting into their real forms. He meets the grandpa and they have like a huge feud between the parents. Um then they have the huge fight with a coin where like cabbage is just being thrown around for no reason.
The way that they were like sneaking up to Seamus's like truck or whatever, and then Seamus was like swept into the screen, and he was just like angry. Like it was terrifying.
No, because I'm like just like looking back at it, I definitely have changed my thoughts on the movie.
Okay.
But like this is the part that I missed, but then they have like the basketball game. And then he's like, you will live in the land of his father if Guile wins. But then if he doesn't, then it's so weird. And then he ends up in Lake Erie. And then there's the weird like serenade of American music. America.
Yeah. Like throughout the whole thing, it was sprinkled in that like when a lot of the Irish immigrants came here in like the late 1800s, they faced a lot of prejudice. And I was like, yes. And that definitely should be like talked about, but like you aren't still facing it now. And then yeah.
No, because they said
like,
well, there was a line that I really wanted to talk about at the end. And it was like Bonnie they were like talking about how they like got like paid very little. And then Bonnie's like, at least they got paid.
Yeah, it was Russell. I was like, oh my god. Like
what?
I totally understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yes, you should talk about it, but like just putting it in an offhand joke is like not the way to do it.
No, because I was so put off by that.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa there, dude. Slow the roll. It was so weird.
This is America. You need to be proud of your heritage and work hard. And I was just like, oh my god. This is propaganda.
In today's society, that is definitely a take.
Yes. This movie is definitely a relic of its time.
Yeah, it definitely was released 20 years ago, to say the least. Oh my god, I hope that the listeners did not just hear my stomach grumble because I am very hungry. Didn't eat breakfast. So now we are at the time of the episode, which I believe was everyone's favorite time. We're going to rate this movie out of 10. So I'm going to go first because I'm the host of the show and it's my podcast. So originally I was going to give this movie like an 8 out of 10. It's a little high. I think I will now be moving down to like maybe like a 6, 5.5 out of 10.
Yeah. When I was first thinking of what my rating is going to be, I was like 4, and everything that I have thought about since then is keeping it at 4. So yeah,
fair enough.
10 is what this movie deserves.
I think this movie had a lot of potential.
Yeah, like the music that they included, low-key nice. I liked it. The CGI was okay for 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like the actors were pretty good. Their line delivery was slightly off, especially Bonnie, but
slightly.
Yeah. But like other than that, it was pretty good. like there was a lot of stuff happening, but I just feel like they were given a bad plot line.
Definitely. The plot line was rough, to say the least. But you got to do what you got to do, and I just clicked on someone's story that I really did not want to click on. So, oops, live right here on the podcast, and you know exactly who it was, Bethy.
A picture of a dog.
It was just it was her private. You're probably not.
Oh.
You should be thankful. You should be thankful. So I just, oopsie daisies. Because I'm ignoring her right now. Okay. Yeah. So honestly, thank you so much for coming back on the podcast.
It was super fun. I obviously Twitches 2 was better, but this is cute and fun. Yeah.
It was fun and fresh. Not really fresh. But yeah, so this, like I said, this is my last episode before my hiatus. So we're gonna take a little bit of a break, but don't worry, we'll be back with brand new episodes starting January 7th, 2022, which is really weird to say, 2022. That's like 2 months exactly from the day that we're recording this. So I'm very looking forward to my break. And when I come back, I will be rebranding the podcast. It's still called That's So Matthew. It's still the awesome movie show that you love and adore, but we're switching from just Disney Channel original movies to any nostalgic movie. So get pumped. That means like Mean Girls, Bratz, Aquamarine, all the classics. So get excited. I can't wait. It's gonna be so fun. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
Don't entirely think so.
Awesome. Sounds good. Well, thank you. If you want to follow me on social media, you guys can check me out at That's a Matthew on every single social media platform and listen to my episodes on YouTube. But I'm like 2 months behind on uploading those, so bear with me. Maybe during the break I'll finally catch up. Good luck on your midterms and all your exams and everything. I hope you guys have a great holiday season. Yeah, stay in school. Have a great holiday season. There'll be no holiday episodes of That's Matthew this year, which is kind of a sad face, but it's okay. I'll be back and can't wait. Happy holidays, and I'll see you guys all in another episode again soon. Bye.